the Constitutional Court has a busy agenda this week as the President's impeachment trial begins tomorrow, that is Tuesday, while the pre-trial hearing for the Prime Minister is taking place as we speak. Now, for more on this hour, Oh Soo-young is live on the line. Soo-young, let's start with the President's first hearing slated for tomorrow afternoon. I understand he will not be attending that session.
Sure, Sunny, that's right. Yoon's legal team announced Sunday that the president would not be attending his first trial hearing, citing security concerns. And the Constitutional Court said earlier this afternoon that without both parties present at the first session, it's likely to end quickly. And indeed, former President Park Geun-hye's first trial hearing lasted around 9 minutes as she wasn't present. Now, Yoon's plan to miss the first hearing doesn't really come as a surprise, given that his team has already indicated that they need more time for preparation, and they've also raised issues with the way that the Constitutional Court is conducting the hearings. So if he skips the first session, then it would have to be rescheduled by the justices. But if he misses the second one, then the court is allowed to proceed without him. According to the court, Yoon has not submitted any list of witnesses so far. In fact, Yoon's team has indicated that it's considering requesting changes to the hearing schedule, taking into account the attempts to execute a warrant to arrest him. Investigators, and this of course comes as investigators look to make another attempt to detain Yoon for questioning in the days to come, after their first attempt earlier this month failed after a 5-hour standoff. And while no formal requests for a delay or explanation for Yoon's absence, though, for his first trial hearing tomorrow has been submitted so far, though. But the court did say that the president's team, it's applied to withdraw its request for an injunction and a competence dispute regarding the first arrest warrant, which expired last week.
Right, I see. Also, Sooyoung, how did the pre-trial hearing with regard to the impeachment case against Prime Minister Han Duck-soo go today?
Right, well, it went on for almost an hour, actually. The first preparatory trial hearing for Prime Minister Han, it began at 4 p.m. and 17 days after the opposition-led National Assembly pushed for a vote to impeach him, shortly after his veto of some controversial bills and his refusal to appoint Constitutional Court justices until there was a bipartisan agreement reached. Now, during the session, justices aimed to outline the main arguments made by Han's side and the Assembly panel. The National Assembly first set out 5 grounds for impeachment, including Han's veto of the 2 said controversial bills, and they accused him of participating in the martial law decree. They also said that he announced the plan for joint state governance between the ruling party and the government immediately after the declaration of martial law. They also cited this plan to conduct his refusal to appoint special prosecutors as well as constitutional justices, all of these as the main grounds for impeaching him. Meanwhile, Han's lawyers argued that he had not taken part in the martial law decision nor its execution, and that the acting president's appointment of justices is a responsibility but not an obligation. The lawyers also refuted that Han had offered to appoint justices once there was a bipartisan agreement, and moreover, they added that the impeachment procedure itself was invalid. Han, who was serving as acting president at the time, was impeached under voting standards of a simple majority that applies to the prime minister, rather than the 2/3 majority applied to the president, which raises issues, of course, with the procedure and also the validity of the impeachment itself. So that has really been the cause of bipartisan debate over in Parliament as well. The veteran bureaucrat and diplomat, he's been seen as a symbol of stability in the country's governance after President Yoon's powers were suspended. And the ruling party has been pushing for his reinstatement, especially as they oppose the current acting president Choi Sang-mok's move to appoint 2 constitutional justices, which enables the court to speed up President Yoon Suk Yeol's impeachment trial. So that's why there have been many calls from their end to quickly hold the trial over Prime Minister Han's impeachment first.
Right, I see. All right, Sooyoung, thank you for that coverage from the Constitutional Court.